All right, so today is a continuation of just the work on slope-intercept form. And what we need to do with slope-intercept form is we need to be able to take equations and put it in that form. And Drew, you said this. What is slope-intercept form? So y equals mx plus b. So we're going to try and take this equation in number 5 and get y by itself. Okay? A lot of times it's not that hard, but a lot of kids want to make it more difficult than it needs to be. And I'll try and help you to break that mold. All right, now the reason why we need to do this is if I were to use that cover-up method, and if I were to cover up the y, I would get 3x equals -8, and I'm going to get a decimal. And I can't be exact in graphing a decimal. All right? So in this case, it's going to be better for me not to graph it in standard form using the cover-up method, but to use the slope-intercept form. Now, a lot of kids struggle with this part, and it's fairly simple. I'm trying to get y by itself. So I'm going to view the 3x as like a number. Now, if I cover up the y, because that's what I'm trying to get by itself, how do I get rid of a plus 3x? AJ? Subtract it. So I'm going to do minus 3x from both sides. That's going to give me 4y equals. Now, a lot of kids will do -8 minus -3x, or minus 3x. And they'll say it's either -5x or -11x. And the problem with that is they both don't have x's. They're not like terms. So what I like to do is I like to envision this -8 like falling off the back. Because remember, I want it to be y equals mx plus b. So I want my x's to come first. And since these aren't like terms, there's really not much I have to do with it. Notice I can't combine them. So it's just 4y equals -3x minus 80. Are we okay with that? Jordan, okay with that? Now we divide by 4. We divide everything by 4. That gives me 4 over 4. Well, that's just y. -3 over 4, I can't reduce it, so I just write -3 over 4, x. -8 over 4, well, that's -2. And as you know from last night's homework, that's pretty easy to graph, agreed? Even though if I did the cover-up method correctly, I would get the right answer, this one is going to allow me to graph it easier. So I'll give you a second to copy that down. Drew, feeling all right about this? Yeah. Okay. All right, now question number 6. Yeah, we could use the cover-up method here, but that's not the point of the lesson. The point of the lesson is to get y by itself. So what I'm going to do is I need to cover up my y, and I have a positive 2x. And here's the other mistake people see. They see this negative after, and they want to kind of add the 2x. Remember, the sign of your variable is going to be in front of it. So that 2 is positive. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And that gives me -3y minus 2x plus 6, because that 6 just falls off the back. All right? And now we're going to divide everything by -3. And that simply gives me y equals -2 over -3. That's just going to be positive 2/3 x. 6 divided by -3 is -2. All right, so I want you guys to try the last two there. I believe it's 7 and 8. Take a minute, try that.
No.
It's weird.
I've logged out, I've shut down, I've gone through your link, I've gone through join the meeting. Google.
Are you all done both problems? Okay. Sophia.
Yeah.
Sophia, what did you get for number 7?
I got y equals negative 1/2 x plus 6. Or no. Minus 3.
-3. Very good. So here, Sophia subtracted x from both sides and got negative 2y equals, the 6 is going to fall off the back, so we have negative x plus 6. And then we divide by negative 2, right? Now, Sophia, what's the one thing we have to change about our answer? Do you see it?
No.
So remember, when we divide by a negative, 2 negatives, right? It's going to be a positive 1/2. Right?
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure if I heard it wrong or what, but Zoom's crazy today. People aren't able to log in. What's up?
Why everything 1/2 x and not x over 2?
Okay, great question. Drew asked, why would it be written as 1/2 x instead of x over 2? Well, remember, we're trying to get it in the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is that number in front. Now, if we write it as x over 2, you're not wrong, okay? But slope is rise over run. It's a fraction. So I'm trying to write that m as a fraction so that I have a set of directions so that when I go to graph, I can do that easily. So if I write it as x over 2, that still means I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2. But it's not as easily seen as this, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go with Kevin. Kevin. Kevin,
Yeah.
what did you get for 8?
I did minus x.
All right, you subtracted x, okay. Then what?
Then I divided by 3y or divided by
Divided by negative 3, okay. So y equals?
negative 1 over 3x.
Well, remember, it's going to be a positive because we have 2 negatives, right? So it's going to be a positive 1 over 3x
And then 2.
minus 2. Very good. Any questions with this? Pretty simple and straightforward, right? All right.